Hi there. This is Vernell, Millionaire Smith. You have no weaknesses. You have strengths that have not been discovered yet. I'll say that again. You have no weaknesses. You have strength that have not been discovered yet. Like and subscribe. Hit the button down below. Or hit the notification button so that you can get more of this kind of motivation. How many times have we said, have you said, have I said, that or this is my weakness? And then you worked on it because it was a part of you being able to achieve your goal. And then you realize that it wasn't a weakness. It was a strength that you had not discovered yet. So I've stopped by to let you know, or to remind you, that you have no weaknesses. You have strengths that are undiscovered. And so do not say that that is my weakness, or this is my weakness. Too often we cripple our strength by calling it a weakness because either we're too lazy to work on strengthening it, or we're afraid of what that strength can do to us. And I can boldly say that because there was a time when I would not confront anything. And it was because I was afraid of the outcome. And then I learned, confront it. The most that can happen is there be an indifference. And where there is an indifference, you can learn. But do not be afraid to confront. That was what I learned. And so I am willing to confront anything that would lead to success. Oh yes, I would confront it. Because nothing is supposed to conquer me. Absolutely nothing. I'm not supposed to be afraid of anything. I am not afraid of anyone. Because I have discovered my strength. It was never a weakness. I never built it. I never discovered it. But once it was discovered, I no longer called it a weakness because it was never one. And so whatever that is, or whatever those things are that you have been calling or you have deemed a weakness, I challenge you, confront it. I challenge you to work on it. I challenge you to build strength with it and in it. And you will never say that that is your weakness. Some people think sugar is their weakness. And then they're diagnosed with something. And they work past the craving, the longing, the desire for sugar. It's not a weakness. It was a strength undiscovered. Some people don't want to talk into the camera. I used to be one of those persons. And you place them in the front of a camera long enough, often enough, and they become an actor or an actress. Because that weakness, or what was so called or labeled a weakness, has become a strength. And so in our quest for success, in your quest for success, as you strive to reach your goal, Do not declare anything as a weakness. You have no weaknesses. You have strengths that are undiscovered. Work on it. Work hard at it. I always refer to a baby. The baby legs are weak. They're not properly balanced yet. But they don't say, my legs are too weak to walk. They get up, they keep trying, and they work on it, and they work on it. And so, go after whatever you think is your weakness. Boldly challenge it. Face it. Work on it. Discover it. Because that may be the very thing that you need to take you to the next step, to the next level. Are you not going to work on that weakness or what you label a weakness? What if you knew that what you labeled a weakness was the only thing that needed to be discovered and challenged to take you to your success? That one thing. Would you get comfortable not attempting? Would you get comfortable not discovering it? No. You would go hard and you would challenge that thing that you've labeled a weakness, because that is the last thing that you needed to challenge to bring you to your success. So think of it that way. Don't hide behind that label. You've come so far. As a matter of fact, look at all the other things that you have attempted and become successful at that you thought you couldn't do. And it's only when our belief system tells us that we cannot do something that we call it a weakness. Nobody should be able to convince you that you have a weakness. You ought not to insult yourself by telling yourself that you have a weakness. You have none. There is no such thing as a weakness. All you have is strengths that you've not worked on, either because you chose not to work on it or you fear working on it. But if that is something that you will never become successful without, I admonish you to work on that. As a matter of fact, take weakness out of your vocabulary. On your road or your journey to success, take weakness out of your vocabulary. Take it out. Because there are so many things, little pieces that you need, little pieces of the puzzle that you need to become successful. Ditch the word weakness. Snatch, grab on, hold on with dear life to the word strength. And look the so-called or so-labeled weakness, stare it dead in the face and call it a strength. I dare you, I double dare you to unlabel weakness and change the name to strength. Because whatever you label it is what it becomes. Just like whatever you label you or whomever you label you is who you become. Whatever you label, that is exactly what it becomes. Think of all of the items in the store. It's labeled, correct? And with it being labeled, that is who it is. We go in the store and we look for that because that is the label. Why would you want to permanently label something? because you've not discovered it. It's not even fair. You're not being fair to your strength simply because you've not discovered it. Discover your strength. Ditch the word weakness. You have no weakness. You do not have any. You have strengths that have not been discovered yet. Like and subscribe. Label yourself strength. Label that attribute strength. Your attributes are those of strength. Every last one of them. Even the ones not discovered yet. They are all strengths. Continue to discover your strengths because you have no weaknesses. This is Vernell, Millionaire Smith, timing out.